Hello everyone, welcome to KenQuest. So today's newspaper we are analyzing 31st July. Okay. So first news is Supreme Court to hear plea against Snoopy. That is regarding Pegasus. Just read the headline. Okay. Probe sought into mass surveillance of over 140 targets. Targets the governments. Surveillance or interception is justified only in case of public emergency or in the interest of public safety, and in the existence of such condition must be inferred reasonably and cannot be determined solely on the assessment of the government. They hack or interception or decryption occasioned by the Pegasus spyware constitute criminal offense. So that is a petition all about. So what will be the verdict? It will be very interesting. Okay, let's see. Uh, Ram and Shashikumar. 142 potential targets, including lawyers, ministers, journalists, opposition politicians, constitutional functionaries, civil society activists, military grade. So this is done by military grade Israeli spyware Pegasus. Okay, and then abridging rights, fundamental rights, privacy, and critical pillars of a democratic setup, independent institutions, disclosure. And we already have this Telegraph Act. Okay, Section 5(2) of the Telegraph Act. Freedom of speech and expression, affecting all these rights. As always, my mosque is sorry for that. So this is a criminal offense according to them. Let's move into other news. It's a makeshift arrangement where in Yamuna. Okay. Judge case. Death will have wider ramifications by Ramana. Courts and judges. Delhi Assembly bans for repeal of farm laws. Read about the farm laws. What are they? Just revise it. Okay. So also there is a new Delhi National Capital Territory of Delhi NCT Amendment Act 2021. Okay. It gives more teeth to the Lieutenant Governor in the city's administration. That's the case. Already have this NCT Amendment Act. And we can move into then Asthana DGP divided on Delhi Police of Asthana's appointment as chief. CPIM survey, 27% of the households got less than 5 kilo ration per person. Nearly 2,000 people. 65% had no job in April and May. Yes. CPIM. Delhi unit. Pension entitlement. 41% of them. Most casual workers became unemployed. during this lockdown, and were unable to do work, and they saw their incomes falling drastically. This showed large section was also unable to access subsidized food grains through the public distribution system during the second wave. The study pace has to be reversed and the governor must ensure at least one dose vaccination. CPIM survey. Okay, that is the party. Okay, Politburo. No job. Does party bias can come? Let's see. Okay, MGNREGS registration needs improvement in Bihar. It's by CAG report. MGNREG, what is that? Let's read about it. And then needs improvement in Bihar. Kerala announces. So now let's move into the editorial section. Before that, yes, Assembly passes GST amendment bill. So many bills are coming. You can see in the PRS website also. There will be monthly policy review. That all the bill and its details will be given. Okay. Um, Bed and breakfast scheme. It is in Delhi. GST amendment bill. It's by Delhi. Okay. Legislative Assembly. Presented. Water process danger marking. Yamuna. So the levels are increasing. Ozone levels. It is important in environment perspective. Higher and longer duration of ozone spells. CSC study. Making smoke for toxic ozone is now round the year problem. CFCs. The chemical smoke. Clean air action plan to add strategies for ozone mitigation. Action on vehicle industry and waste burning. Um, so this is witnessing long duration of ozone spells. Ozone levels are exceeding. It's not ozone depletion. Higher active gas, asthma, respiratory issues. That ozone produced photochemically from interaction between gases in the presence of sunlight. It's predominantly summer phenomenon. Okay, that is my equally strong concern during. So it is concerned in the winter. Now it's concerned in the summer also. Citywide average. It is good ozone and bad ozone. Location wise analysis, a different story. Okay. Okay, coming to the editorial, there is not much news. Himalaya, looking at only through the prism of geopolitics and security concerns, knows its crucial frameworks. Okay, let's read that. Conceptual audit of questions related to geopolitical security concerns by talking or thinking about the Himalaya. It's long, perhaps long overdue. There is no gainsaying the truth that we have been examining the Himalaya mainly through the coordinates of geopolitics and security, while we always see Himalayas through geopolitics and security um, matter. Others are relevant or incompatible. In a certain sense, our intellectual concerns of the Himalaya have been largely shaped by our assumption of fear, suspicion, rivalry, invasion, encroachment, pugnacity. During colonial times, it was Russophobia. Now it's xenophobia, Pakistan phobia, so many phobia are there. Like attack, the domain of geopolitics and security. Bahrain proposed extroversion. Delhi, Beijing, Islamabad triad. Okay, so Himalayan studies need more um, dead end of violent intellectual pursuits. National Himalaya. If work to the political compulsion of territorializing the Himalaya on a par with nationalism, thus attempt to create um, national Himalaya. It's not five nation. National Himalaya for Nepal, Bhutan, because Himalaya is part of Nepal, Bhutan, India, Pakistan, Tibet, China. Not only to India or China or Tibet. Tibet or China, Nepal, Bhutan, India, Pakistan, all comes under it. So the National Mission on Himalayan Studies under Ministry of Environment, Forest, climate change, classic case in point that provides research policies only for the Indian Himalayan region. The mission document widely, uh, so this is a combined one. There is no borders for mountains. That's the case. Comes the it reminds us few blind men were trying to fathom huge an elephant was, but only the different parts of its body. Yes. The thing is, it is culture, market, ecology. It's combined by all the factors. Staying the Himalayas informed by certain kind of realism. We always see in that lens, that perspective. It's not about the ecology. Maybe perceived that such an alternative conceptualization of Himalaya is not only possible, but also necessary. Himalaya is imagined both in the official context and by extension. Colonial legacy is also there. Um, the sovereignty, historical lounge. So many tensions are there and borders and their differences. Non-traditional comes in the non-traditional security, human rights, ecological devastation, climate change, human trafficking, migration, forced exodus of people, transnational crime, resource scarcity, when pandemics all comes under non-traditional security. It needs to be realized. Human security cannot be effectively appreciated through the paradigm of sovereign territoriality. Fighting in the Himalaya failed to devise any other framework. That state has dominated the agenda of defining even non-traditional security. Uh, Military threats against them. Enough it has often appeared as the fact that measures to deal keeping this in order, it is important that there could be several alternate ways of reading. Hmm? Difference by the anthropological, historical, cultural, ecological ones. If it would continue to reflect a set of what un-Himalayan, how long should go on referring? It's one of the largest water tower of Asia. Okay, so we say that is one of the largest biodiversity hotspot and water tower of Asia. It's a zone that is culturally and linguistically diverse, sharing common, you're saying all these things, full of resources, communities, cultures, civilizations, memories, susceptible climate change, and fragile economic, ecological vulnerabilities. Okay. Mm. So argument is simple. Himalaya, being a naturally evolved phenomenon, should be understood through frameworks that have grown from within Himalayas. Okay, within Himalayas, and it needs to be visualized with an open eye, taken in a whole, as a whole instead of parts. We need to uh, analyze it deeply, fully, without knowing the core. Yes, we need to understand the elephant in parts. It's a space whose history defines its geography rather than other way around. Since histories are always made rather than given, we need to be careful into project. It's a space of political power. എന്നത് കാണുമ്പോൾ what happens is subjectivity വരും. So what is a roadmap? We need to take Himalaya as a space that deeply embedded in human subjectivities. We can possibly come out of the grip of. We have to address the trade, commerce, community, ecology, and issues which are no less. So think of securing livelihoods, cultures, and Himalaya environment. The roadmap of all these alternative routes, trade, community, environment are located beyond the absolute status position. Okay, the need is that these alternative security should be given towards space in the way policy making and other. This time has come when we need to take position Himalaya as a national space. It's a space of dwelling instead of avoiding our encounter with ambivalence. So this is a very good article. We need to look beyond the geopolitics and security aspect. Other crucial frameworks need to be given. Okay. Then law and lawmakers against immunities cannot be cover of, or it's not a cover for crimes in the house. That is there. Patchwork progress moved to hasten insured bank deposits repayment. That is a deposit insurance and credit guarantee corporation. Another. Let's read about women. Let's move into the other parts. India and China to hold 12th round of talks. Let's read about it, the context, everything. We need to revise. Two countries have disengaged from the banks of Pangong So. Okay, Pangong So. Second phase of disengagement. So they are engaging, disengaging. 12th round of talks. So talks are going on. Gogra, Spring. Then study calls for sensitive reporting of rape cases. There is lack of editorial guidelines. Sexual violence and the news media issues, challenges, and guidelines for journalists in India. So this was a study done nationwide, and what they have found is there was a conspicuous lack of formal editorial guidelines in use across newsrooms in the country. Only 13% of respondents had access to written guidelines, while 14 were no such guideline, and sensitivity while reporting. More women than men said that they had experienced distress and that they had directly experienced or witnessed workplace sexual harassment patterns in daily news about disproportionately published hot news. responsible for the change written. So the recommendations are establishment of peer support networks, journalists, then training in law enforcement procedures, covering both rural and urban journalists, responsible reporting. For media and journalism students in their curriculum should be given. Which guidelines are needed? And Siachen Glacier. The new bill on insurance. Okay. Let's see what is the bill. There is Mahila Sashaktiran Pariyojana. It is also there. Dalit Bandhu scheme. So many schemes are coming in. Related to health also Delta variant. That also playing a role. It's dangerous. Just know about it. Contagious as chickenpox. Yesterday we have seen that. So Delta variant is spreading like chickenpox. Rate up to 9 times more than the original strain. In vaccinated individuals. Rate contagious. What is a virus variant? The variants of a virus have one more mutations that differentiate it from the other variants in circulation. While most mutations are deleterious for the virus, some make it easier for the virus to survive. It's evolving fast because of the scale at which it has infected people around the world. High level of circulation means it is easier for the virus to change as it is able to replicate faster. Okay, so parental strain, then its variant and new strain by the mutation is happening in a very faster rate. What is mutation? Change in the genetic sequence of the virus. Okay. The RNA is changing, ribonucleic acid. Mm, the virus often happens. And Delta variant was first detected in India. So this has various names, various countries. Okay. So let's see about this insurance. It's a new bill. What is the context? The General Insurance Business Nationalization Amendment Bill. Context is recently in Lok Sabha would pay the government to divest, um, its stake in generation insurance firms. Now, however, strongly objected to it and for its withdrawal. Key provisions are amending the General Insurance Business Act 1972 to remove the requirement for the sender to hold at least 51% equity in an insurance. Another provision stops applying to insurers on from the date the sender ceases to have control over them. It also makes a director, not a whole-time director, liable only for acts for omission, commission. It is rational. India's insurance sector growing dynamically in recent years. So global ഇൻഷുറൻസ് മാർക്കറ്റിൽ അതിൻ്റെ ഷെയർ ഭയങ്കര കുറവാണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ബില്ല് കാരണം എന്താണ് ഉദ്ദേശിക്കുന്നത് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഗ്രേറ്റർ പ്രൈവറ്റ് പാർട്ടിസിപ്പേഷൻ. ഇപ്പോൾ പബ്ലിക്കിൻ്റെ ഇത് കുറച്ചുകൂടെ കുറയ്ക്കുന്നു. This may lead to total privatization of general insurance companies. Already, we have disinvested a lot of shares. So this will lead to total privatization and I will lose money by way of dividend in the proportion of shares being offered. So challenges in the insurance sector is low penetration and density rates. So many people I'm not interested in this. And then inadequate investment in insurance products. Dominant position deteriorating financial health of public sector players. So they are also very LIC. So all these institutions, important changes over the years. So LIC Act 1956, non-life sectors, IRDA. Opening up of the sector to both private and foreign players and increase the foreign investment gaps. So this leads to total privatization. So that's all about this insurance. Coming to the Delta variant, we already said it's a virus variant. And Mahila Kisan Sashaktirana Pariyojana. Arctic Science Ministerial. So it is an institution. Then another bill is yesterday I have said, today we will be covering it. Okay. Airport. It is an airways. Okay. To other news, BRICS plan to counter terror. Okay, action plan is created with India is also there. And farming areas sprout on social media. Apps to share knowledge on subjects as diverse PVC pipes, crop management, weather monitoring. So giving update to friends, their um, in clubhouse, they're discussing about it, how we can such healthy, very productive discussions are happening. Okay, powerful means of expression for farmers, self-help support system, everything, and they will say their experiences, horticulture, crop management, varied content, and they do videos, social media like YouTube, show them. It can be also said mind challenge. Okay, then denial of manual scavenging deaths. 472 lost lives in 5 years, says the activist. Safai Karamchari Andolan convener, Beswada Wilson. Okay, inhuman and cruel statement. No deaths. So that is misleading remarks. Length of possession. So in the world news, Pak US NSA's discuss Afghan settlement. So talks on urgent need for reduction in violence, take a solution to this conflict. Diplomatic influence, US and NATO troops but withdrew and all the news going on. Okay, so these are Israel launches booster dose for those above 60. Third shot has started. Delta variant. So this is the thing. Contagious as chickenpox. CDC document. It's highly contagious. And 200 Afghan interpreters arrive in US. There is possible Taliban retaliation and US began operation. Local allies. Gunman. Translator, right? Operation Allies Refuge. They're doing that. Navy carrier on course in South China Sea. And China seizes consignment of world maps. Mainly Arunachal Pradesh as part of India. And then northeastern South Tibet. Arunachal Pradesh is an integral part of China, but it's part of India. Then core sectors grew. 8 infrastructure industries still lags pre-pandemic. And core means 8 core sectors. 8.9%. Natural gas and steel both. And then indicating its recovery remains uneven. Okay, crude oil is only common where output shrank. 8 core industries. China. natural gas, steel, 20% cement, recorded core sectors, care ratings, negative base effect syndrome, base effect. Increases cement and fertilizer and recovery. Deficit 10.2%. Fiscal deficit. See what is fiscal deficit. The MSME's most new policy attention. Okay, MSME's policy attention. Okay. So before winding up, let's see that bill. Energy. There is SPR program, Strategic Petroleum Resource Program. ERA Amendment Bill. Of Airport Economic Regulatory Authority, ERA 2008 Act. Tariff and other changes, the new provisions. Then air quality management in National Capital Region. That is also there. Okay. So that's all for today. I think read that editorial about Himalayas. Not that much news, I think. Okay, so many bills came into account. And if you have any doubt, just please comment and like, share, and subscribe. And come live for more analysis. Till then, bye bye.